Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here in TKMaths is fun. In today's video, we will study the trigonometry sketch in context of A-level mathematics. So here is a question, and in this question you have to find out the values of A, B and C in the graph in the sketch, which is y is equals to A tan x minus b plus c. Now before we go into it, let's recall the concept of tan sketch. The simple one, simple y is equals to tan x, right? So let's recall it so that we can figure out easily. Suppose you have y is equals to tan x, simple graph. Now you know its property that the cycle period of tan x is 0 to pi and it has asymptote at pi by 2, right? Similarly, the sketch completes like this. After that, it repeats itself. There is no maximum or minimum in tan sketch. The important thing which you have to note down here is where I have written 2 and where it is written nothing, it means it is one coefficient here with tan. What is the importance of this number, integer here? Between 0 degree and asymptote, or between the degree at which you have asymptote and here at pi, exactly in the center, here it will be pi by 4 and here it will be 3 pi by 4. If you see tan pi by 4, you will get the answer 1. If you put tan 3 pi by 4, you will get the answer minus 1. For the rest of the degrees here, you get answer in decimal. This is the only exact answer you get in integer. So if I have to sketch y is equals to 2 tan x, I will write here 2 and minus 2 and that's all, nothing else. So now keeping this in mind, we will start finding out the value of A, B and C. Another thing, y is equals to tan, suppose I write 3x. What does it mean? It means between 0 to pi, you will have 3 cycles, like 1, 2, 3. You will have 3 cycles. And what is the meaning of y tan, suppose x minus pi by 3, which is 60 degree. This means graph will translate right by 60 degree. When it is minus pi by 3, the graph translates or shifts 60 degree to the right. If it is plus, then it will shift left by whatever degree is given here. So now this is clear. So let's start studying this sketch here. Okay. So if I see here, and one more thing, sorry, there is nothing written here, no number. It means this is your axis of the curve at x-axis, which is here. If I will have here, for example, 1, then my axis of the curve will be at 1 and then graph will be sketched from here onward, right? Okay, so let's come to the actual question. If I look at this question first, sketch first of all, my axis of the curve in here is, you have to identify it very clearly because you know the shape of the sketch. So it is here, right? So this means C is 1. Then if you look at the actual equation which is given to us here, it is A tan x minus b, right? There is no number here. It means it is 1. I'm writing it clearly. Tan x minus b. No number mean it is 1 here. It means cycle period within pi is just 1. There will be one cycle in 0 to pi. Is it clear? Like I told you, if I have tan 2 x minus pi by 3, it means I have 2 cycles within 0 to pi degree and graph is shifted right by 60 degree pi by 3. Because there is no number, it is 1, it means cycle is only 1 between 0 to pi, right? So what is the importance of this? Why I'm emphasizing on it a lot? Because I have to identify, is it one cycle between 0 to pi or more? Because there are so many degrees written. Once I identified that it is just one cycle, which is starting from here and from here. But instead of pi, it is here, 5 pi by 2. 4, sorry. And instead of pi by 4, it is here. What is the reason? The reason it is shifted pi by 4 degree. Can you notice this thing? From 0, it is how many degrees to the right? Pi by 4. Can you see? From pi by 2 to asymptote, what is the difference? Pi by 4. So there are many ways you can identify that B is actually pi by 4. Right? I'm repeating if you are not understanding one more time. My asymptote in this tan x, which has 1 here, right? So asymptote should be at pi by 2, but asymptote is here. It means the graph is shifted pi by 4 degree to the right. So C is 1, B is pi by 4. Now what is A? So if I see between, because this is my axis of the curve, between axis of the curve and asymptote, what is that? 0 degree, right? If you look at here, because your axis of the curve is here, so between this point and here is your asymptote, the mid value is this, and the graph is exactly giving you 3 at how many units up? 2 units up from here, right? It was 1 and this is 3, so difference is 2. So it means A is actually 2, because I told you between asymptote and between 0 degree where you get, exactly in the center you have one value that gives you the value of A in tan x graph. Okay, so here if I see here, this was my axis of the curve. The curve is passing through axis of the curve here, and asymptote is here. So halfway is this point, and how many units above it? It is exactly 2 units. So that's why my A is 2 here. Let's see another question in this video. Then we will finish this video. So we have seen the questions in which a sketch is given and you have to find out the values in the previous videos also. This is the one in which you have to sketch. It is a cos graph. What things do we get very clearly from here straight away? 3 cos 2x plus 2. This is my axis of the curve. This is amplitude. This gives me cycles within 360. So I will have 2 cycles. First of all, question is saying find the greatest and least value. We have seen in the previous videos also, if we see the general form, the maximum value is C plus A and minimum value is C minus A, as long as A is positive. If A is negative, then this reverses. This become minimum, this become maximum. So now let's find out. You can do it mentally also now. So 2 plus 3 is 5 and 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So I got the greatest and least value. Second part of the graph is saying is sketch between 0 to pi. Now please be very careful about it, because we know the actual cycle period of cos is 360, which is 2 pi, and right now because it is cos 2x, so between 360 or between 2 pi, I will have 2 cycles. So one cycle will complete at pi. You can find out with the help of this also, or mentally also. So I will only sketch the cos graph between 0 to pi because of the given domain. So here it is. I have drawn axis of the curve, maximum value, minimum value, and angles I have identified on the axis of the curve. So these are the important points which you must identify. Now the last part of the question is, you have to find the number of solutions, in which case, if this line y is equals to kx, it's a linear line. If y is equals to kx passes through your graph, this one, then how many solutions you will get for different values of k? When k is minus 3, when k is 1, when k is 3. So in these 3 conditions, what will be your number of solution, and that depends at how many places the line intersects the curve. So let's see here one by one. So let's see the first case when k is equals to -3. Now, important thing here is I have just made this table to make it easy. Otherwise, I already know one point very clearly. There is no number written afterwards. It means it is 0. So if you compare it with the line equation, your y-intercept is 0, gradient is 3. So I'm just plugging in one value of x. You can plug in any value, or you can plug in both, your choice, and then you can sketch it. So you can see here at pi by 4, which is here, the value of y is -2.4. So estimated work, which is here. Or second point also you can see at pi by 2, it is approximately 4.71 something. So line and curve of course is not intersecting. That means there is no solution. Okay, so you will write no solution. Question says how many solutions you have. Let's see this second case when k is 1. Again, it was 0 here. I did not need 2 points. I have just taken it. And 1 point is 0. It is passing through the origin. So in x, I will plug in pi by 2. I will get the value of y. I have written here it in decimal also, just to plot it easily on the y-axis. So now my points are x pi by 2 and y pi by 2. And pi by 2 is what? 1.57. And the other is origin 0 to 0. So let's see. Here I have a sketch in pink color. You can see here 0 and 0. And then pi by 2 is passing through 1.57. So at how many places it is intersecting now? One is here, another is here. So it has 2 solutions. So this is how you have to tell the number of solutions. See the last case, when k is equals to 3, right? Again, because there is nothing here, it means it is 0. Curve will pass through origin, and I have taken pi by 2, plug in here the value, and then calculate it. So now I'm plotting this here. You can see here 0, 0, and at pi by 4, what is it? Pi by 4 pe? It was giving me 4.71. Pi by 2, sorry. Oh, little shape is off. Pi by 2, it will be 4.7. So line will be something like this. So point here is it is intersecting only at one point, right? If it is intersecting at one point, it means it has one solution. So if you have to sketch in one sketch in exam, so you will identify or you will highlight like this. You will write the number of solution there to make everything very clear and visible. So I hope you understood. Thank you very much for watching. Please press like and subscribe button and share it with your friends. Take care. Allah Hafiz.